So as I continue this world tour, welcome back to the channel. I'm Eric, and we're kind of on this reckoning tour looking back at WWE games. And so far we've talked about story creator, we've talked about GM mode. For those people that know me, I'm a big fan of GM, and I said maybe here's some reasons why GM mode wouldn't work. I've pitched story creator now as some other options in ways that they could work without being a defined game mode. Now, this year is very interesting because I've taken a lot of time off in the past year. I've been focusing on another channel on YouTube, youtube.com/sports gaming universe, and that's dedicating specifically to sports content. Now, one of the reasons I really love sports content is there's a lot of stuff to do, but the one thing I'm still finding is for a lot of the series I want to do, I still want to incorporate WWE in it because of the fact that the creation tools within WWE are absolutely fantastic. I think we can all agree on this, and I'd love to know your opinion. What game had the best creation suite when it came to a video game? Now, one of the modes that I feel like I've really got to... I think I have to be truthfully honest when I say this. I was never a big fan of Showcase Mode, and I did not like Showcase Mode because the devs didn't make a good mode. They didn't make a good experience. For me, it was always about replayability. I didn't see a lot of replayability in Showcase or reliving the same exact moments, hence why, as a creator, I'm always like, I want story creator. But to a dev who's trying to sell a game to a lot of people, the things that I want for a video game are different because I want to be able to make content from that game. As far as making content from the game, although we could use hide panel, 2K18 provides fantastic tools to be able to do that. Realistically, the logo importer, being able to go in and create the arenas, there's so much potential when it comes to content that people haven't been doing. Whether you're a fan of my Kevin Dunn-esque camera cuts over on the Brooke Danger series that I did for Chris Danger, which I will admit, there was a lot of camera cuts. The storyline and script went through a lot of changes personally when I got creative control of that, and the payoff may not have been as good. But there's still a lot of great things you can do within the game that, unfortunately, dedicating all the time to sports, I haven't got to do. So I'm going to do Showcase Mode, and I want to apologize to any devs, and this is just truthfully, this is just me going through, looking back as a creator, especially working with other games, and realizing this Showcase Mode actually was a good thing. Like I said, I've been talking to some casual fans, and, you know, being able to play those stories, like I have a buddy who, he literally loved just to go back in time and play the showcases. I think it was WWE 12 he was a huge fan of because it was custom. And then when they started going to the more realistic ones, he loved them even more because that's what he grew up watching as a kid. Now, as somebody that's making YouTube videos, the honest truth when it came to Showcase Mode, especially when you're a YouTuber, it's like you're playing a Let's Play. And you're playing the exact same thing that everybody else is playing. Now, you can obviously make the matches different. Your personality, your editing can completely change the way it's presented to a YouTube audience. But for somebody that's trying to create something unique, it was a dev-built game mode. And unfortunately, when you have a dev-built game mode, it was never bad. So I'm going to be going through on my channel over the next couple weeks and taking a look back and appreciating some of the work that I may have overlooked in the state of me being kind of a whiny baby because I lost story creator. And I'm going to be truthfully honest here. Going back to 2K14, I love story creator. It worked fantastic. But if you missed yesterday's video, I talked about maybe here's why story creator isn't going to work in 2K19, possibly because of load times. So a lot of the things that I'm suggesting, talking about now, are also looking at the downside of, yeah, Tubby, this is a really good idea, but then I'm challenging myself with, okay, maybe this is why the devs can't do it. And I want to have these truthful, honest discussions. It's easy for us to tell a developer, I want this, this, and this, and I expect it now. The perfect example, and I can't believe I'm saying this, as somebody that grew up loving the NBA Live series more than I ever loved NBA 2K, was NBA Live when they first came back. people were very skeptical. The gameplay wasn't that good. And slowly but surely, year after year, they're impressing. And for the first time, NBA Live is being rated graphically above NBA 2K. Unfortunately, WWE doesn't have any competition, so it's very easy for us to say that the game could be better off doing this or that because there's really nobody to challenge the status quo. Fire Pro Wrestling is out on PS4 now, Fire Pro World, and it looks amazing. Unfortunately, your boy doesn't have a code because he's a washed-up YouTuber who's been spending time on sports, not his own channel. So if anybody has a code, I mean, slide in with your boy, hook it up. But we're going to be very real leading up to 2K19. I'm going to be reflecting back a lot of some of the stupid ideas I've had, some of the dumb conversations we've had that made it seem like you needed this in a game to be successful, because chances are you didn't. And Showcase Mode, for the first time, I think I've literally completed WWE 12, WWE 13 Showcase Modes. And then after that, I didn't do any of them. To be honest with you, I don't think I've completed WWE 2K14, 15. I didn't do them, mainly because I didn't see YouTube content out of them, because it was us rushing to post the videos and everybody else is doing it. And once you saw one, you kind of saw them all. But that's not a fair comparison to the devs that spent time building that mode for maybe a casual fan who's picking it up and wants to relive it. Because I think we all know this as WWE fans, and you talk to anybody, if you talk to anybody that's a fan of WWE and wrestling, chances are the phrase you hear a lot is, I used to be a fan. I used to watch. And if you constantly hear that, you got to take that into consideration when it comes to the game modes. And Showcase Mode provided that. So I am perfectly fine admitting why I'm wrong. I'm perfectly fine admitting that. And the thing that I'm most excited for, like I said, this is the first year I didn't get flown out to 2K19. I hold no feelings. Like I said, I've been doing sports. I'm more than happy to the creators. To be honest with you, a couple years ago, when one of the former community manager was there, I wanted to step aside. I wanted other creators to get an opportunity, because it really gives you a chance to kind of focus on what you value as important. So being on the outside this year, as I'm talking about a showcase mode, I could be getting your hopes up, and I don't want to do that, and there's not my intention when I tweet something about a Daniel Bryan Showcase Mode. But if we were to get a Daniel Bryan Showcase Mode, it's something maybe in the past, if you didn't want to relive the stories from the 80s or the 90s, the Bruno Sammartinos, the Ultimate Warrior stuff, this is something that can resonate with us. So it's something that kind of piques your interest and makes me go, okay, maybe there was something to Showcase Mode. If there is a Daniel Bryan Showcase Mode, that's somebody that I loved. That's somebody that I watched religiously and wanted to get over, and I wanted to be a big deal. So that's where I think we're at when it comes to something like a Daniel Bryan. You could go to ROH, whether or not they could ever actually get ROH in there. You could have your feuds, but is Punk going to be in the game? Is Barrett going to be in the game? Is Ryback going to be in the game? There's a lot of things you got to deal with when it comes to thinking about a showcase mode. It'd be very easy for us to say, like, give me a Daniel Bryan showcase with Ring of Honor versus Samoa Joe. That's one of the things is WWE becomes this juggernaut and starts absorbing in all these promotions. And hopefully one day, I hope the WWE Network serves as a platform for all the promotions that are working with WWE. And I mean that truthfully and honestly. I want nothing more than companies like Rev Pro, who's doing a TV taping. I don't know where it's going to end up on, as British wrestling has got TV now. Ring of Honor and New Japan sold out. Madison Square Garden, All In, is sold out. WWE is bigger than ever. With more Impact Wrestling superstars coming in, you can start doing stuff like this. Maybe we could eventually get, in our wildest dreams, a crossover with Impact stuff, with Ring of Honor stuff. I think it's very easy for us to criticize the game developers for something when, you know, they do have to have checks and balances with the actual WWE. So if we were to get a showcase mode for Daniel Bryan, personally, I don't know if you'd ever include ROH. I think that'd be a little too far of a stretch. Like I said, I have no details on the showcase mode this year, if there even is one. And if there's not, and it's more of like a GM thing, I'm talking out of my butt here. But if you have Daniel Bryan taking on Samoa Joe, put him in a gym. Don't even label it as Ring of Honor. Give me the build-up. Give me his Punk feud. Give me his matches with Kane. Let me relive those moments and then maybe leave me on a cliffhanger, because Daniel Bryan's story isn't over yet. And that was the only reason I was ever hesitant about a Daniel Bryan showcase, because leading up to WrestleMania 30 was the big one. That is kind of the finale, but since then, so much has happened. Being kept out of action for 3 years, getting taken out by Kane, Kane trying to reunite, everything that they've done, the teasing of Daniel Bryan and The Miz. You can show off the rivalry between Daniel Bryan and Miz, and that could span the entire showcase. From the United States Championship, the Money in the Bank, everything that he did, it could be a great game mode. And it's taken me realizing something that I was invested in, like Daniel Bryan, to realize maybe I do want a showcase mode. Maybe I was wrong. And I think that's where it's taken me this long to realize. Not everybody needs tools to make something. Not everybody needs to go in and have a story creator. Some people just want to play those stories. Some people just want to sit down and play exhibition. Not everybody needs a replay camera. Not everybody uses highlight reel. So when you look at it as a whole, there's stuff I'm going to suggest or I'm going to want, but we're going to have real discussions. We're going to cut the bull and be truthfully honest. And I hope you guys appreciate that, and I hope you respect that, because there's a lot of good WWE 2K has done. There's a lot of 2K18 that I'm playing every day that I love. We're close. We're getting there. Is it ever going to be? Is it ever going to be WWE 2K14? No. By the way, I did do a poll, and I switched it back because this is my other copy. I have 2 copies. To end the video, if we do get a Daniel Bryan showcase, if we don't, it doesn't matter. What was your cover? Let me know in the comment section below. Were you a Daniel Bryan cover guy? Or are you a The Rock cover guy? Let me know. Because I'm Eric. I'm finding out stuff every day that I thought I knew. I thought I had the answers, but apparently I don't. Let's figure out those answers together. And until next time, it's your boy TubbyEmu. I hope you enjoyed the GM mode. I hope you enjoy the custom stories. We're back. If WWE isn't your thing anymore, make sure to check out the sports channel, youtube.com/sports gaming universe. I got a Jimmy Garoppolo career mode. But until next time, it's the dude that's cutting the bull and making headway. That's the worst outro of all time, but I'm TubbyEmu. Am I the red-nosed reindeer today? I don't know if my nose is that red, but until next time, we will see you all later.